Assalamualaikum, distinguished panel members, stakeholders, and attendees of the iSPEAK International Graded Colloquium 2025. My name is Syazwan bin Johari, and it's a privilege to present my research today. The focus of this presentation is for the assessment of research project, presentation course, and to share inside this esteemed colloquium. My research title is Correlation Between Satisfaction and Spectator Attendance at Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium, Star. Let's start by exploring the research background. Football is one of the most popular sports globally, with millions attending matches weekly. Malaysia too has embraced football as a national passion with significant attendance at Malaysian Super League matches. However, attendance and satisfaction are not just about the love of the game. Factors such as stadium quality, supporter motivation, and even media and sponsorship significantly influence the success of football as a spectator sport. Move to the research objective. The goal of this research is to understand why spectators attend or choose not to attend matches at Star Stadium and how satisfied they are with their experiences. The study focuses on four main objectives. Number one is to identify the main factor that influence spectator attendance at Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium, Star. Number two, to determine the level of spectator satisfaction at Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium. Number three, to investigate the significant difference in spectator satisfaction at Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium, Star in terms of gender. Research objective number four is to examine the correlation between satisfaction and spectator attendance at Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium, Star. Research gaps. Number one, according to Shin and Liu 2019, emphasized the poor quality of stadium facilities and its correlation with undesirable outcome for sports club. However, there is limited understanding of how attendees in Malaysia perceive the quality of stadium facilities and its impact on attendance. Researchers first objectively addressed this gap by identifying key factors including stadium facilities that influence spectator attendance in the Malaysian context. Number two, according to Low 2022, pointed out the limited research on spectator satisfaction, particularly the determinants of dissatisfaction. Most studies have overlooked how satisfaction is shaped within a Malaysian football setting. This objective fills the gap by evaluating spectator satisfaction level in a localized context, providing insight into determinants specific to Malaysian football fans. Number three, according to Moreno et al. 2020, recommended future research to explore the moderating impact of gender on emotion and experience in sports context. This area remains underexplored, particularly in Malaysia. By focusing on gender differences in spectator satisfaction, our study addressed this gap, shedding light on whether and how gender moderates satisfaction levels at Stadium Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi. Number four, according to Cornelis 2021, highlighted the needs for studies conducted in diverse settings with larger samples. In our case, a sample of 456 respondents will provide a robust dataset for examining the relationship between satisfaction and attendance. This objective responds to the recommendation by investigating the satisfaction-attendance link using a substantial sample size within a Malaysian context. Next, research design. This study employs a quantitative, non-experimental design using a survey method. This study is rooted in a quantitative research approach, meaning it focuses on numerical data to quantify variables and analyze relationships. This method is often used to measure specific factors such as satisfaction level, attendance rates, and demographic difference. A non-experimental design means the research does not manipulate any variables or conditions. Instead, it observes and analyzes existing circumstances as their natural occur. For instance, in the study, the researcher did not control who attended the matches or alter stadium condition, but simply gather data from attendees to understand their perspective. The primary method of data collection was surveys. Surveys are a common tool in quantitative research because they allow researchers to gather data efficiently from a large sample population. Let's move to the participants and sampling technique. The populations consist of football spectators aged 18 and above attending matches at Stadium Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi. From a total seating capacity of 45,000, the researcher surveyed 456 respondents based on the table, Craigie and Morgan. After researcher done the normality testing, researcher get 448 respondents based on convenience sampling. The data was analyzed using SPSS version 27 employing descriptive and inferential statistics. Okay, now I want to explain about the data collection procedure. The number one, the University Research Ethics Committee clearance in matters of ethics will be sought. Number two, the researcher asks permission to the Tunku Abdul Rahman Paroi Stadium star authorities. Number three, the researcher approached the participant in front of the stadium before the match started to participate in the study. Number four, the researcher briefing to the participants about the purpose of the study and distributing the questionnaire to the participants. Number five, the researcher collect and run the data using SPSS version 27. And the last one, the researcher interpret the data. For data and statistical analysis, research objective number one, this objective helps researcher figure out which factors are the most important in attracting people to attend matches at Star Stadium. It shows the average score given by respondent for each factor, while standard deviation shows how consistent the responses were. Research objective number two, this objective measures how satisfied spectators were with their experience at the stadium. Researchers use a Likert scale 1 to 7 to gather satisfaction ratings. The mean score tells researcher the average level of satisfaction, and the standard deviation indicates how similar or consistent the responses. Research objective number 3. Researcher compared the satisfaction levels of male and female spectators to see if there was a significant difference. The Mann-Whitney test is used to compare two groups when data may not follow a normal distribution. And the last one, research objective number 4. This objective examines the relationship between how many people attend a match and how satisfied they feel. The Spearman correlation tells researchers if there is a link between these two variables. To explain about the result research objective number 1. This study evaluates 5 factors based on responses from 448 respondents. Electronic display is the top ranked factor with a mean score of 6.39 indicating strong satisfaction and moderate consistency. Accessibility follows closely with a mean score of 6.37 indicating similar satisfaction level but lower internal consistency. Seating comfort ranks third with a mean score of 6.31 indicating excellent reliability. Facility aesthetic has a mean score of 6.29 indicating moderate satisfaction with higher variability but high reliability. Cleanliness ranked 5th with a mean score of 6.27 indicating satisfactory evaluation with limited variability. So objective number 2. Overall, spectators express moderate to a high satisfaction level. Stadium cleanliness, food and beverage option and security were highlighted as strength. Tough parking availability was a common concern. The satisfaction was assessed by 448 respondents, resulting in a mean score of 6.55 and a Cronbach alpha of 0.830. This score falls within the extremely satisfied range on a 7-point Likert scale, where mean values are interpreted based on Pimentel's 2019 guidelines. The low standard deviation of 0.405 indicates high agreement among respondents, suggesting consistent perception of satisfaction. The Cronbach alpha of 0.830 reflect good internal consistency, indicating the measurement of satisfaction is reliable and responses are consistently aligned across items. Let's move to the result objective number 3. The Mann-Whitney U-test revealed significant difference in satisfaction level between genders. Male spectators prioritize atmosphere and games dynamics, while female attendees place greater emphasis on safety and amenities. The study analysed spectator satisfaction at the Malaysian Super League in Tunku Abdul Rahman Paro Stadium based on gender. Out of 448 respondents, 304 were male with a mean satisfaction score of 6.58, while 144 were female with a slightly lower mean of 6.50. The median score for both gender was 6.50. The Mann-Whitney U-test showed a statistically significant difference, indicating that male spectators reported significantly higher satisfaction level than females. Although both genders fall within the extremely satisfied range on the 7-point Likert scale, the statistical analysis reveals a significant gender-based disparity in satisfactions at the event. Last one in result research objective number 1. The result shows a weak positive relationships, suggesting that as attendance increases, satisfaction slightly increase. However, the relationship is not particularly strong. The statistical significance level of 0.001 indicates that the observed relationship is unlikely to have occurred by chance. With a sample size of 448 respondents, the findings suggest that other factors may also influence spectator satisfaction. In conclusion, this research highlights that spectator satisfaction is critical for driving attendance at Malaysian Super League matches. Factors like stadium quality, gender-specific needs, and overall experience play a significant role. The findings provide actionable insight for stadium managers, event organizers, and policymakers. By improving stadium facilities and tailoring experiences to diverse audience needs, Malaysian football can attract larger, more loyal crowds. That's all from me. Thank you for your attention and interest in my research. I hope this finding provide valuable insight into improving the future of Malaysian football. I am now happy to take any questions you may have.